Hello, hello! Welcome to today's episode. Today we are going to ride. No, fly or drive. Wait! What means of transportation do we use to travel through our episode? Well, I don't know about that, but I know this. We have many means of transportation in real life. Let's see if you know these. Can you guess what this is? This is a very easy one. We use it the most. Did you guess what it is? It's a car. What about this one? Can you guess what this is? This one can fly like a bird. It's a plane. Here are the clues for the next one. It has only 2 wheels and it's safe for the environment. Do you know why? Because unlike other means of transportation, they don't create smoke and so don't harm the environment. It's a bicycle or a bike. The next one, it flies, but at first it goes straight up. It's a helicopter. The next one is used on water. It's a ship. This one is like a car, but it's bigger. It carries more passengers. It's a bus. This one is very long and loud. It also has many wheels. It is a train. If I ask you to divide these means of transportation into groups, into how many groups would you divide them? Why and how? Don't forget, post your answer in the comment box and watch the episode to find the answer. Hello again. Have you divided the means of transportation into groups? I can't wait to see your answers. We can divide them into, drum rolls, 3 groups. 1, 2, and 3. Do you know what they are? They are land, air, and water. Let's give some examples. Car, bike, train, bus, plane and helicopter, and finally, boat and ship. Well, today, Rose took one means of transportation to get to a place and learned a very important lesson. Watch the episode to know which means of transportation she took and what's the lesson she learned.
The lesson on the bus. A lot of people choose to ride the bus for many reasons, but most importantly because it's cheap. Yet people do not know that they can learn many important lessons on the bus. One day, Rose and her mom took the bus to visit their aunt. It was a beautiful day. The sun was shining and a soft wind was blowing. While Rose and her mom were enjoying the ride, the bus driver stopped to get new passengers. Very soon, the bus got crammed, and there were many people in the bus. Not a single seat was left. The bus started to get stuffy. While the passengers were opening their windows, they saw an old woman on the street. She was waiting for the bus, but the bus driver did not take her in.
I'm sorry, ma'am. The bus is full.
Just as he said that, a young man interfered.
It's okay, sir. I'll stand by the door and give her my seat.
Then the bus driver let her in. Everybody was proud of the young man.
Thank you,
said the old woman.
No problem,
said the young man.
These are the manners that my grandmother taught me. We should always give our seat to the elder.
Rose's mother looked at her and said,
Learn from him, my dear, and always be kind like that.
Did you find the answers to the questions? Let me remind you. Which means of transportation did Rose and her mother take? What is the moral lesson Rose learned that day? Post your answers in the comment box and we'll get back to them later. Now, let's focus on our text a bit. In particular, let's zoom to the words in paragraph 2. Let's read this paragraph and the verbs. Took, was shining, was blowing, were enjoying, stopped, got, were, and was. All right, first things first. When do you think the story is taking place? In the past? In the present? Or in the future? In the present means now. Past means before now, and future means later. Now, if you said past, you are right. But let's look at these two words. Rose and her mom took the bus to visit someone. The sun was shining. Both underlined words are verbs that happen in the past. But what's the difference between took and was shining? Let's revisit the following clips from our video.
One day, Rose and her mom took the bus to visit their aunt.
How many times did Rose and her mom take that step? All the time, or just once was enough? Once was enough, right? They took one step and they were on the bus. It only took them one moment perhaps, and they were on the bus. When something happens in the past and ends, we call it the simple past tense. Let's check some of the verbs in the simple past tense from paragraph 2. Took, was, stopped, got, were, and again was. So we have was and were, which is the past tense of verb to be, took, which is the past tense of verb to take, stopped, which is the past tense of stop, and got, which is the past tense of get. Notice that all the words changed except stopped. Stopped took ed at the end, and that's normal. Some verbs change. They take d, ed, or ied. Let's see if we have more in paragraph 3. Started, saw, did not take. Started is the past tense of start. Saw is the past tense of see. And did not take is the past tense of does not take. Now, let's watch this clip from the video.
The sun was shining and a soft wind was blowing.
So how long was the sun shining? Did it shine once, just for a moment, and just suddenly stop? No, right? So the sun was shining continuously. To show that an action happened continuously in the past, we use was, were, plus verb, plus ing. Usually, there is a secret word that helps us know when to use was, the verb, plus ing. And that is while, like in this example here. While the passengers were opening their windows, they saw an old woman on the street. While were opening. See, after while we use was, were, verb plus ing. We also use this to describe. For example, the sun was shining and a soft wind was blowing. Was shining, was blowing. Let's look at the third sentence. While Rose and her mom were enjoying the ride, the bus driver stopped to get new passengers. We have while and we have were enjoying. In this sentence, we are describing how Rose and her mom were feeling. Now, are you ready to find the answers to the questions I had asked earlier? The question is, which means of transportation did Rose and her mother take? The correct answer is the bus. The second question, what did Rose learn? If you said kindness, you are right. But if you also said respect, you are right as well. Dears, that's all for today. Remember to be kind and to be respectful. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
لمشاهدة المزيد من الحلقات زوروا سات7 بلس.